Could you explain how modular housing solutions like Boxable work and how they enable mass production of homes?
Building construction globally is what we call pre-industrial. Pre-industrial simply means it's not made in a factory, and if it's not made in a factory like everything else in a modern world, you can't take advantage of the modern world, from logistics to supply chain, can't software, can't take advantage of anything. And the reason buildings are pre-industrial is because they're big, so they have to be built on site. Until now, there are factory solutions, but they bring field materials, outdated, inappropriate field materials, into a factory, and then they build something that is illegally wide to ship, 14, 15 foot wide. So none of that works. So Boxable has cracked one part of that puzzle. One of the key things is that the Boxable product packs down to 8.5 foot and 13 foot from the roadway. So this is legal now to ship all over the world, but then it unpacks from 8.5 feet to 20 feet. So almost triples in size when it arrives. So this is one of the key metrics. And then also the product, when it arrives, that volume triples in size. So it's like shipping 3 trucks in one with no permits globally. And then because we can do that, the largest building shell that Boxable will make is 40 foot by 20 foot with a 9.5 foot ceiling. It's a huge box, and you can stack, connect, and cantilever to pretty much make most buildings most of the time. So we have the single point solution that allows factory production of the building construction business, or most of it, and it's long overdue. So it is a seismic shift in the marketplace, and Boxable is a very large scale play. And of course, there are many other factors involved, many innovations, inventions, business dealings, scale, distribution, certifications all over the world. It's a huge undertaking, but the core principle is to make buildings post-industrial, to bring them into a modern world.
What do you see as the biggest benefits of this approach?
There are 3, and you can think of them like the 3 legs of a stool to make the business stable. The lowest cost, the highest quality, and the maximum speed. So lowest cost, because we're in a factory, we can buy in mass quantities, people move around very little, there's very little waste. The same goes for speed as well. The goal of Boxable is to make a home every 60 seconds. It's kind of mind-blowing. I think we can get there. And actually, in mass production in a factory, low quality costs money. Think about that. Low quality costs money because it means things aren't going together properly. So when things go together properly, they go together quickly, and that yields high quality. Just coming back to the topic of speed, the Ford F-150 is a pickup truck here in the United States, rolls off the line every 60 seconds. It's really quite mind-blowing. And it is much more complicated than the technology that we have in Boxable. Boxable building shells are, far simpler than an automobile that goes down the highway at 200 kilometers an hour. So.
And can such housing solutions also help in disaster scenarios for immediate relief?
So I'll take one step back very quickly. Boxable is a building construction solution that makes 3 building shells in different sizes, just like Legos. The square one, the rectangular one, and the one in between, the one with 6 bumps. We are making very, very large versions of those. And they are even on a grid, like the Lego with the bumps, that you can only connect them certain ways. So with our product, you can also connect them on what we call on the grid, and you connect them certain ways. The point of those building shells, though, is it's a very big country, America. It's a very big world, and a lot of different architectural styles. So the Boxable product is on purpose completely architecturally neutral. Unless you're an Eskimo living in an igloo that's round, you are living in a rectilinear structure. So for over here, it's FEMA for disaster relief. What they do when a disaster happens is they bring in tents and trailers, and they create a slum, and they create garbage that has to be taken away. It cannot be repurposed. So the plan with Boxable is to bring building shells that are very minimally fit out. They've just got a sink, some privacy, and a cooktop and a toilet that can be taken out. And then we can deploy these large building shells, very, very basic, very crude. And we can put females in it, put males in it, put families in it. And then that can be repurposed when the disaster is over. And then the other thing that FEMA wants is they want the community to rebuild itself. So once we have these building shells and the disaster is over, these are sort of almost blank clones that can be repurposed into schoolhouses, malls, townhouses, single-family homes, apartments, casitas. So a very sustainable solution where you don't create a slum, but you create something that can be repurposed and something that can be deployed very, very rapidly and keep these folks in disaster regions safe.
What is the potential of modular housing solutions like Boxable to help address the global housing crisis and provide affordable, high-quality housing?
So that's our mission. Our mission is actually to do some good on the earth. When I started the company, I don't know that I needed to start another company, but we said, let's do something big and let's do some good. And so Boxable is the only solution currently that has the potential to scale massively, because we can make rapidly, we are architecturally neutral, and we can have factory partners around the globe. Once we've developed the factory as a product, think of the factory as the product that makes the product. So once we have the factory dialed in, we can have franchise factory partners all over the world, and things can happen very quickly because we'll be using other people's money. And when you go overseas, from whatever your native country is, it's foreign markets, foreign rules, foreign regulations, foreign tastes, foreign distribution, foreign jeopardy. So by partnering with folks, we can grow very rapidly. Right now, we're developing the building shell program and the factory. Once we have that dialed in, we can do these 6, 9, 12 factories at a time around the globe. And in some instances, our partners will be the countries themselves. So that's how we can scale very, very rapidly around the globe. And in terms of quality, you can get an executive, a lawyer, an attorney, a highly paid person, and he can go down a road and he can get to the toll booth. And the toll booth guy is making very little money and the executive is making a lot of money. And they can both pull out an iPhone because both parties can afford it, and it is right priced, and it is the best product irrespective of cost. And that is what post-industrial production does. That is what technology does. We're a technology company, and we're right pricing. So there isn't, a high price and a low price. It's just right price. It's just an iPhone.